Woo! Welcome to DBL. Beyonce's new album, Act 2, Cowboy Carter, will be released in 9 days. Yesterday, Beyonce went on Instagram to share some info about making the album. She posted this amazing photo of herself, along with a lengthy caption that said, the album was 5 years in the making and, quote, born out of an experience that I had years ago where I did not feel welcomed. She goes on to say, quote, the criticisms I faced when I first entered this genre forced me to propel past the limitations that were put on me. Many fans think this or she is alluding to her CMA's performance with the Chicks. Back in 2016, she and the band faced racist comments after the performance. Erica, what do you think about this and her Instagram caption, her post?
Yeah, it's quite powerful. I think it's also really inspiring to people because when you are someone who is, tenacious about what you do and you have all of this beautiful ability as Beyonce does, when someone closes the door on you, you just kick the window in, but in the penthouse, so they don't even see you coming. You just storm the building. That's how I ended up sitting here. But
kick the window in.
That's what happened. Tori, I know you're an art history major. Can you kind of talk about the actual imagery because I think it's really important?
Okay, yes. So first we're going to look at this as someone on a horse in a lot of cultures is an elevation. People put it on statues. It's an elevation of a human being. But notice how she's riding backwards on the horse. So in my ways, it's like, which way is this country going? Are we going forwards or are we going backwards? Now she also is, look at her white hair that matches with the horse. She is part of that horse. And she is owning the American flag. In my ways, she's reclaiming patriotism.
But it's not the full American flag.
Exactly. It's the red and the white.
We're not there yet.
Or is it against the blue, which I wonder is a whole separate conversation. Again, this is all me saying this. I also want to show you this Jacques David. He painted this way, I think, in the 17th century. Again, she did in the Renaissance. She takes over what we see as European white art and makes it her own. Remember they did the music video in the Louvre? Mm-hmm. She takes over. So it's similar to that. But also look at Act 1 of this trio. Remember, this is Act 2 in Act 1. Look at the covers of both. She clearly has a template. We have a side-by-side here of a horse. And do we have that? We don't have that. Oh, there. So this is Act 1, which we saw. This is Act 2. The horse is a template, but it's a horse of a different color. So she's using the horse as her statement, and she's saying different things in each one. I really think Beyonce thinks of the art as part of the music. And I clearly want to let you know that when she and the Dixie Chicks, the Chicks, were on in that CMA performance, it was the highest rated 15 minutes of CMA's history. And right after it, because of all the racist comments, they deleted it off of CMA's Twitter and Facebook accounts. So all of this seems to be a 5-year plan of revenge against her not being included in the Country Music Awards. And she said, is this a country album? She said, no, it's a Beyonce album.
But she's also reclaiming country. She's also reclaiming country.
I wouldn't say revenge because the best revenge is living well, and no one lives better than Beyonce.
I think that's her revenge. I think she said,
I think we're talking about it from a very interesting angle, which is the Beyonce angle. But I think the larger angle is like, what are these networks going to do? I think NASCAR has dealt with this a little bit, country as well. Yep. There is a large part of your base that just loves the music and wants anybody that looks any way to contribute to that culture. And then there's a base. We've seen it with the Bachelor, Bachelorette, whatever, with their fan base not wanting black people on there. And there's a different chunk that is not coming along for the ride. So I wonder, and time will tell what these networks and what these kind of conglomerations are going to do in terms of, like, do we just stay where we are, appeal to our base, and kind of stay homogenous, or do we open up and kind of walk away from those people that are not willing to come with us? So we'll see what country does, but I mean, the deleting of a very popular clip is not a good sign.
I agree. All right, so yesterday, rapper and producer Dr. Dre was honored with a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Longtime friends Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and 50 Cent came to show their support. Here's what Snoop had to say about Dr. Dre.
I want to thank me for listening to Dre for over the years and letting him be my teacher, mentor, brother, guardian, protector, and most importantly, a good friend. There would be no Snoop without Dre. Together we created magic in the studio, and our collaborations have left a mark on the world of music.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah,
what do you think?
They all kind of look the same, Jeff. We grew up with hip
I
hop.
was gonna say
like,
that,
what do you look? I mean, I was like, Eminem is still dressed the same. 50 Cent's the only one that kind of seems like he's got a blazer on. But Dre kind of always dressed the same. Snoop looks exactly the same. You know, that whole line, you know, never thought that hip hop would take it this far. This was like an underground kind of fringe type of music for a long time, and to now see Super Bowl and this. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm glad they're getting, you know, what they deserve.
Right.
They were my whole high school years, college years, till now. I still listen to the same guys. So it's awesome that they're getting theirs and that they hung tight. You know, I think making it in this industry, it's extremely hard. But if you got a good group of friends around you, especially in the industry, and you keep climbing and reaching, you'll get there
Especially
one day.
when the money comes. That usually divides friends up.
Yeah.
And they got closer.
They didn't forget about Dre.
I like that.
one.
Thank you.
That was not
Good job,
bad. I like
Tor.
that.
They did
That was
not.
good.
They listened.
That's right. All right, so here is a really important story, Al. Do we finally have pictures that prove that the Loch Ness Monster is real? A woman named Guys took these pictures in 2018 in Inverness, Scotland. She did not release the pictures right away because
wonder why.
She was afraid of being mocked.
Yes.
We're mocking you.
Believing in the Loch Ness Monster. In an interview, she said she never saw a neck or a head, and after a couple minutes, it just disappeared.
So her interview was, I didn't see any identifiable characteristics, and then I didn't see anything. End interview. Sam, what are you thinking here? I know, because you believe in this.
Oh my gosh, don't you dare. I never said I believed in it. I never said.
The West Coast version? The bootleg version of this?
Oh no. Tahoe Tessie?
Yes, the bootleg
All I
bartender version
said
of this.
was,
Yes.
if you go to Lake Tahoe, everyone knows about Tahoe Tessie.
They don't. I've
Yes.
been there, and I didn't know until right
Did you
now.
go to Tahoe Tessie every summer? I did.
No, I don't think I'm
Okay.
allowed to.
Why aren't you allowed
I'm seeing
to?
somebody. It sounds like a very creepy woman that lives around there.
It's not a woman. It's a mammal that lives in the lake, apparently, allegedly, and many people have seen this Tahoe Tessie.
Tahoe Tessie.
We believe we saw Tahoe Tessie a few times. It could have been driftwood. It could have been Tessie. But people will not swim in the lake in fear of Tahoe Tessie because there's been so many spottings of Tess.
Okay, but no pictures.
I looked to see if I could find my picture, but it was so long ago, it's no longer on my phone.
Oh, well, the cloud holds things for a long time.
I don't even know how to access the cloud. I still don't understand the cloud.
But
No
yet-
one understands the cloud. No one. No one understands the cloud.
Is there anything in the Chicago, like in Chicago, what do you have there? Is it
The river.
Is
You
it,
guys have a river?
or Lake Michigan over there? Is there like the Michigan Monster or anything like that? No?
Well, here in Colorado, there is Mary Jane. But the
Clearly out of
legend
time.
of Mary Jane,
Who's
which
that?
would be
I think that's what inspired this conversation.
I was all, what do you mean, like the marijuana?
in Winter Park, there's Mary
Oh, yes,
Jane,
yes,
which
yes.
is the backside of
A Yeti?
the mountain. But there's a legend of Mary Jane who apparently was worked somewhere in town.
Oh, it's a
and
woman.
Hourly?
Yeah.
You mean like that?
She worked in town.
Hourly.
And that's what the mountain is named after.
Oh. Okay, well-
but I don't think she shows up. I think
Okay.
she's already worked and she's at rest.
All right, she's at rest.
I don't know what we're
Well,
talking
Tahoe
about
Tessie's
anymore.
not a woman for the millionth time, Al, because you brought it up before.
But reptile.
Last time you said it sounds like a waitress that everyone makes time to see.
Because she's so good at her job, being a waitress.
She's friends with Mary Jane.
Oh,
right.
Lord.
All right.